If ever I needed you, Lord, I need you now.
Can I get an amen?
Get behind me, Satan. Get up, Satan.
Got to be the truth, and the truth got to come from the Bible. I don't understand. Listen to what he's saying. I don't understand. That's why I love Jesus, y'all.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Testing 1, 2, 3.
strong. Face the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up, and throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We are also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. It's Thursday. Again, remember last week I was announcing the Women's Forum Thursday night? And already it's another Thursday. What the? That is amazing. We have everywhere. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. And my biblical question for this week, the biblical question: do you have humility? What is it? Do you have humility? What is it? Amazing. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you are busy running around, doing whatever it is you're doing, and you're like, I really want to listen to the show as it is happening. I really want to listen to the show as it is happening, but I'm going to have to podcast and listen later. You can podcast, listen later, and listen while you move about, doing whatever you're doing. You can listen on your phone as it is happening by calling the listen line on Talk Stream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go and buy me on coffee.com/JLP Talk. Buy me on coffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. Amazing. And you know what else is amazing? We love the Bible Thumpers. And because we love the Bible Thumper and recognize that they need a little bit more time, patience in all things, we have decided that because it's really hard to communicate with Bible Thumpers because their intellectual mind, which is not good, constantly while you're speaking to them, they're just thinking about Scripture only. And so I understand they can't help it because they're into the intellect. They've allowed themselves to be taught the things of God or what they think are the things of God. Or what they think are the things of God, right? And so we say, okay, I understand. So every Thursday, though we take all calls, We take them all. But every Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday. He's drunk as a bastard.
All right, brother. Are you ready? He's drunk as a badger. Go ahead. Let that Holy Ghost language come up out of you. Go ahead.
Fire. Fire. Dancing for the Lord. I think I'm trying to remember the he's drunk. His hate told me it's not bastard. It's something else.
Badger.
What?
Badger.
Is that a bird?
No, it's like a groundhog-esque type of a thing.
Oh.
I could be totally
So-
butchering
So he's
the
drunk as
closest
a
relative.
he's drunk as a groundhog.
No, he's drunk as a badger. A badger is a wild animal that badgers you.
So he's drunk as a wild animal.
Right. Specifically a badger. But I think that the actual phrase is angry as a badger or something like that. And people say, oh, drunk as a skunk. So, and a honey badger is not an actual badger, but it's tough.
And
I
what,
heard.
And what is a skunk?
A skunk is that animal with the, it's mostly black, but with a white stripe down the middle. And
You call it black people skunks.
and it spits out a stink.
Oh. Amazing.
No,
Know what?
black people are not skunks.
What did you say with black?
Its fur is mostly black, but with white stripe. You know what
Oh.
a skunk is? Now you're just playing dumb.
Amazing. So my experts are here, and I have and the reason I have this question too, I can tell you right away. I hear from a lot of people especially during counseling sessions. They ask me this question, and it's interesting. So I thought I'll ask my experts about this today. And also, when I meet people sometimes, when I run into people sometimes on the streets, they ask the same thing. So my experts are here. The American Anchor Baby, his show is here Monday through Friday, but Monday through Thursday from 11 to 1 p.m. and on Friday 12 to whatever time. And he's also an expert here on the show, and JLP show, and then then the Hake report over there. He's the expert here. The Hake report is on from 9 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Another expert. And so I'll start with you first, Hake, this time. Because I started with Anchor Baby first last time. When you hear the kingdom of heaven is within you, what goes through your mind?
The controversy about whether that means inside the person or among and around the people. Did you know that there's a controversy about that? I don't know if it's a real controversy, but it's the interpretation of within you.
Oh,
As
no,
it first comes to mind.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
And so when you hear you, what do you think that means? The kingdom of heaven is within you. What do you think that means? I have not heard about the controversy, by the way.
To me, it's like God made us, and He set up His kingdom and everything that He made, and so it's available to anyone. It's like the term common sense is something that was given to everyone, I think, by God, but things and the devil and other people and ideas come in and separate you from your common sense. Similarly, we're separated from the kingdom of God. even though it's right there.
And what is it? What is
Just
the
God's,
kingdom?
just God's ability to follow God or whatever. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, I do.
I'm
I
asking
shouldn't have.
you.
I shouldn't have asked.
Right. I'm asking you. You're the expert here.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I think that's ability to
Why
be.
Nick laugh when you say you are the expert? You say I am.
It's funny because it's true. The ability to just fall right in line with things going easy the way God meant it to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anchor Bay, when you hear the kingdom of heaven, it's Bible Thumper Thursday, by the way. When you hear the kingdom of heaven is in you, within you, in you, what goes through your mind?
About how when I hear that, I think about first how it says it's within you, and that's clear. It's not in a book. It's not outside of you. So I think about that a lot. It's hard to describe maybe what the kingdom of heaven is. I have similar thoughts to James. And it's this thing that's held back by everything outside of you. And maybe even something in you, but that's kind of what I think about. I think about that.
So when you hear the kingdom of heaven is within you, I'm sorry, I'm black and slow. I was looking for scripture that Derek is refusing to send me.
Update your packet.
I did, but I don't see it.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to find it too now.
It is in there?
Yeah. Maybe
Oh.
send it again.
Let's see. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, thank you, Derek. Derek talked to me in my ear. He making sure this is Kurt's scripture, not his. But so when you hear the kingdom of heaven is within you, what goes in your mind, Anchor Baby?
The actual phrase, how it's within you. I think about how it's not in a book, in like teachings and stuff made by people. I think about that.
And what
It's
do you
like within us that we're.
and what do you think
we're
that
set.
kingdom is?
That one's a little harder to describe. I have similar things to what James was saying, but in my mind, it's just living with God. There seems to be like a life that you're meant to live, and it's not even that specific. Like I have a purpose, but it's just imagine a life without all the things you picked up. That's the kingdom of heaven.
Okay. Yes, Jay's raising his hand like he's in the first grade.
Whatever. That's a good thing. A few things popped to my mind. You know how I first thought about that controversy about does that mean inside of the person or does it mean in and around and among the people?
Right.
I think that it's both, first of all.
Both what?
Both inside the person and among all the people, because as the Bible says, and as the point you've made before, we are one. We're supposed to be one, and we are one. But
We are children of the Father. We are joint heirs with the King.
we are one in Christ, like they
We
say.
are children of the Father. We are family. We are one.
Your naysayers have said that doesn't mean it's inside the individual person. It means that it's among the people, because they interpret it that way. And the interpretation and doubt sows doubts about what it plainly says. And that's like those thoughts that you said something about the assignment, about the thoughts this week.
Yeah, have you been doing that?
I forget what exactly it was.
No, you haven't been doing it then. But, have you been doing it, Anchor Baby, this week?
Yeah,
What?
to some degree,
What was it?
to watch every thought.
To be a thought watcher this week for 1 week only. And you been doing it, Anchor Baby?
I sang the song a lot, so I think so.
It's Girl Watcher.
our remix.
Have you been doing it? Hey, oh no, because you forgot about it.
Correct.
You forgot what the assignment was.
Yes.
What a beta.
Alpha. Alpha forgetter. But that's one of those things that
Well, what do they mean when they say among outside? I don't know. What do you? I didn't know about this at all. I'm just hearing
yeah.
it.
Okay, so Jesus said to somebody, some group of people, the kingdom of heaven is within you.
Right.
And they say, your naysayers, the people who deny that it's inside the person,
Right.
say that means among and around you.
So they're making up their own stuff, not what Jesus said. They're saying that themselves.
Yeah, they're using it to sow doubt that you already know the way. Jesus said you already know the way, and they're so in doubt that you already know the way.
Oh.
And so that's one of those thoughts that you got to catch.
Right.
Jesus said you already know the way.
Yeah, he said you already know the way.
It's in the Bible
Mm-hmm.
that you already know the way.
It's a fact.
Okay.
They said, Jesus, show us the way. And he's like, you already know the way.
That's in the Bible.
It is.
Okay.
That's kind of what I think about. Like, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's like this glaring, at this point for me, after maybe almost knowing better, because I guess in my mind I know better now. I've been hearing the message. Look, the kingdom of heaven is within you tells me that there's no more excuses. Like, it's like a glaring, all right, buddy, you can let go of the BS or die.
What is BS?
Bogus speech.
Correct.
He hasn't that fast.
He would have known it too.
He would.
I got that from one of your former guest hosts. You had a guest host who would come in and say, bogus speech, people. Don't get nervous.
And so I want to move on. So let me ask again. When you personally hear or read that the kingdom of heaven is within you, what do you personally think? Not all the other stuff out there in the world, but what do you think about that?
I think that's sort of a encouraging, exhorting, reassuring message to come back to yourself, come back to your senses.
That's what you think about the kingdom?
Yes.
When you hear that it's in you?
Yeah.
You think come back to your what?
I think it's an encouragement, an exhortation, and a reassurance that you can come back to your senses.
Oh, okay. And then, just for the record, you think what? When you hear not all the stuff going on, what the people are saying or anyone else saying, but you hear or read the kingdom of heaven is within you. What do you think about that kingdom?
Well, that phrase, it's a reminder to
phrase,
let go
yeah.
for me.
I'm sorry?
It's a reminder to let go.
You think let go?
Whatever I'm holding on to.
Oh, okay.
And that's usually like inside. It's hard to describe, but it's usually thoughts and stories.
Okay. Interesting. And the reason I asked that was because I noticed that, and I didn't realize that until lately as I talked to other people. What they do when they hear that the kingdom of heaven is within you, automatically they get an idea about that kingdom that's within you. They start thinking about it and they get ideas about it. And that is a problem. Because the kingdom of heaven is in you, you cannot have any thinking about it at all. Because thinking about the kingdom of heaven is in you is what's keeping you from the kingdom, because in the kingdom, there is no thinking. You can't think about it. You can't have any ideas about it. The kingdom is just all-knowing without thinking, without words, without thinking. It just is. That make a little sense?
It does.
I'm sorry?
It does.
In what way?
It's not just the doubts about it that other people have sowed into my head,
Yeah.
but it's also the notions that I have about, oh, this is the kingdom or whatever.
Right. That's a good point. What do you think when you hear that, Anchor Baby?
No, it makes sense. I was thinking similarly when I'm singing that it's not in a book. It's not in all these rituals and stuff.
Right.
And that's what I think about too when I hear it's within you. That is, it's so weird to think that you have to do like look to the east and look up, and then you will be closer to God, like some ritual or some scripture.
Right.
So I do think about that as well. You put that clear.
And one other thing is the practical thoughts. There's like this. There's two like worlds that you go back and forth to. A practical thinking world, meaning that you go about your day, going to work. For those women who are married, you make your kids' breakfast, your husband breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get in your car. Suppose you drive your car. You know you got to go shopping. You got to do this and do that. That's you got to go to the bank. So you think those are practical thoughts. You got to buy a new pair of shoes. The old one are worn out. Practical thinking. But then when you do those things, then that's done. So you don't have to think about that anymore. So you go back to non-thinking. You go back to being. And I made that point because a lot of people tend not to understand what is practical thinking, and and interesting that they confuse that with no thinking. God gave you the ability to have practical thinking. To use practical thinking. But then there's a no thinking world where you just know. And so because we are social beings, something like that, right? We got to communicate with one another. We got to deal with each other. We make deals and do sales and all that with one another. That's a social world, so we need that thinking, but you don't live by it. This other thinking with no ideas, is a higher thinking. It's the mind of God. And so I really want those who are working on themselves and those who may one day want to work on themselves to know the difference between practical thinking and no thinking. The spiritual life is no thinking. And it's so amazing, too, because when you can get to, and most people are not going to find this. It's so interesting that most people will not find that no thinking world, the real life. They won't get to it. Only a few will enter into the no thinking world, the real world, the spiritual world. But most people won't. And it's just been that way since mankind, which means womankind too. And it's just only a few will enter because most people think, well, who will I be if I'm not thinking? Who will I be if I don't know what I want? Who will I be if this or that, right? And they are scared, afraid to let that go. And yet, it's not them, it's that they have identified with an illusion of self. And they get nervous when you tell them they don't think, except for practical thinking. And you don't walk around all day being in practical thinking. You walk around all day being an illusion thing. Nick, pull up Genesis 12:3 and read it for us.
Sure. Genesis 12:3.
Yeah. Genesis 12:3.
I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed.
That's not the right one. Dara sent me the wrong one.
There's another one.
It doesn't mention Jerusalem or Israel.
Well, in context, there
James.
is a full chapter, and it does start with Lord's. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing." And then it goes on with, "I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse." Is that what you meant, Abram?
That's what one did Kurt mention this morning?
I think he did mention that one,
Kurt didn't know what we were talking about?
but he didn't. Well, that's talking about Father Abraham, whose many sons include Israel.
But there's a scripture that says, I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel.
I don't think so.
That's what Kurt said.
Well, Kurt was
Oh, man.
following what was implied.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
And so what does that mean to you, Nick, what you just read?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's just saying that that you'll be blessed if you bless Abraham. I've never read this, so I'm taking it very literally.
Because you don't read the Bible.
But I've heard of this, though. I've heard of this, and I'm a little surprised that it doesn't say that if you bless Israel. Or
Well, this is
whatever, 'cause
before
I've heard
Israel even
other people say
existed. This
that.
was Abraham was like Israel's grandpa or great grandpa or something like that.
James, read Nick, read Numbers 24:9.
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna.
Numbers 24:9. He lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee.
And that's referring to God. The verse before it says, God brought him forth out of Egypt. That sounds like Israel. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows, referring to God. And so he lay down as a lion and as a great lion. And who shall stir him up? Blessed is he who blesseth thee. And that sounds like thee being Israel. And cursed is he that curseth thee.
Amazing. 888-77-JESSE. And one last scripture, James, I want you to read, John 8:44.
This is Jesus speaking. You are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires, said Jesus to them. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies.
Amazing. And what does that mean to you?
That's Jesus talking to guys who claimed to be the sons of Abraham, but they were actually children of the devil because they spoke lies like their father of lies.
Amazing.
So is the son of Abraham just like a son of God?
A son of Abraham was Israel. Israel and the Jews considered themselves sons of Abraham. And so, yes, sons of Abraham are sons of God.
So what's going to happen to the people who are mad at Israel?
They're going to be cursed, as they already are. Right? Shout out.
Okay, I got to take a quick break. When I come back, your phone calls. 888-77-JESSE. Back in a moment. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, It can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. Okay, welcome back. It's Bible Thumper Thursday, 888-7753-773, 888-77 Jesse. Bible Thumper. Bible Thumper Thursday. A few announcements real fast. The Hake Report's coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. TheHakeReport.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then after that, The American Anchor Baby from 11 to 1 Pacific time. And check out yesterday brand new live episode of Punchy TV with Bill Punchy, PUNCHIE.TV with Bill. It was amazing. You can podcast it. Punchy TV. And then tomorrow, if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, a brand new episode of the FallenState.tv. A very interesting discussion with Brian Shapiro. He's a radio host for a Las Vegas KSHP radio station. Watch this.
Next time on The Fallen State.
Does racism exist?
Are you really asking me that question?
Amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. I think you're amazing. Okay, so you're a misogynist then. You're a pig.
What
You can
the-
laugh. No, what do you mean? The unemployment numbers aren't important? You're a for saying that. You're a bigot. Do you understand
Brian,
that? You're a bigot?
are you a
Don't
Christian?
Brian me. You are a moron, Jesse.
Hey,
you have an
Brian.
IQ of like 20.
Brian.
You're an imbecile. You're a zero. You're a buffoon.
Don't worry, it'll get better. Amazing. At 11 a.m. on Friday, tomorrow, the Fallen State, and you can support the Fallen State by becoming a member there on the YouTube channel or locals, JesseLeePeterson.locals.com. Is that right? JesseLeePeterson.locals.com?
It is right.
Yeah, JesseLeePeterson.locals.com. The work of the devil is evil, and anyone who has anger, resentment, who are emotional, the so-called good emotional and the so-called bad emotional, you're of your father, the devil. And James 4:7 said to submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. But you got to resist him. But how do you resist the devil? How do you do that, Nick?
stop thinking about it. It might help. That's a good start.
Okay. How do you do that, Hake?
I hadn't really pondered how you resist the devil.
Okay, we're waiting.
Oh,
Are you pondering now?
I can't ponder clearly under pressure.
No pressure. Derek said, Lord, all these years. You still ain't pondering? What now? What kind of expert are you? A physical example of what the devil, if this story is true and based on the information, a physical example of what the devil can make you do. There are so many things, though. He can make you afraid. He can make you doubt. He can make you worry. He can make you jealous. He can cause you to be envious and strife and revengeful. He can cause you to hate your own brother or sister. Isn't that amazing? I mean, not just your blood brother or sister, but other human beings. And you don't resist them, and you think that you're justified in hating. And most people love their hate. They love their misery. They love jealousy and suicidal thoughts and depression and mental illness and all that, which are all of the devil. But this is from Grok. Did you hear about this story? A shocking random stabbing unfolded inside of Bolton, UK cafe on Tuesday. Watch this from CCTV. So according to this report, this guy just walked in off the street. The man sitting there having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know what time of day it is. And he just started stabbing the guy in the chest. Isn't that amazing? Talking about resisting the devil, if this is true, he did not resist the devil. And the guy was 50 years old, according to the report. So if the guy, at breakfast time, the devil busy that early in the morning, what the? You got to do what you want for. I know that most people are not going to ever enter into that kingdom. But did you see that, Nick?
I'm watching it again right here.
So for those who can't see it,
Holy.
but they, right? Yeah. Huh?
Yes, explain for the viewer, the listening audience back home. So you see, just as it.
No, she'll walk in.
Okay, yeah. So this man walks in as this guy's in the cafe, the only customer, and he puts a thing in the guy's chest, and the guy gets up and starts wailing on him, meaning punching him, and kind of holding his other knife-wielding arm away from him. And they're like, now he's like contained and sort of subdued and just standing there. And it's a white man. It's not like a foreign black guy who's like off. It's like a grown, middle-aged, white-looking man.
They say he's 50.
Yeah.
According to the report.
He's 50, middle-aged. But anyway, he looks like it.
Trying to look for injury.
Yeah, and the guy is...
I don't see if I see an injury, but...
I don't know.
Well, this report said he stabbed him in the chest.
Right.
Yeah. And the guy's like...
But he came in all casually. It was like the slowest. It's the strangest thing. You got to really you got to watch.
Yeah.
And so for those people who say we don't report on white people doing crime, that's a white person, it appears.
Man.
And
the guy's like, oi, oi. And he just, luckily the guy's, the victim is younger and able to beat the guy into.
But it's weird how the guy that with the knife, he just sit and wait. Like he doesn't even know what's going on.
The guy, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, he just, when they try to contain him.
See how the guy says, stay here, stay here?
Yeah.
We called the cops. The guy have a seat and wait.
I guess because they're like, now they're holding him.
But nobody around him right now. He can run out.
They might have locked the door or something. I'm not sure.
Jesse's rude.
Do we know this is random? They're calling it random.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Keep your wits about you.
And that's what these are examples of the answers are not in the world. The world don't know the answer to the economy. They don't have the solution for the economy issues. They don't have the solution for mental illness. They don't have the solution for anything. It's not in the world. It's in you. They give you psychedelic pills to solve. Just think about that. They tell you that you can take psychedelic medication to solve spiritual problems, to resolve or get rid of darkness. Darkness, which is the nature of the devil. They tell you that this is something like, am I right, Hate? That you can take psychedelic drugs to solve spiritual problems. And spiritual problem is the light and the darkness. The darkness is evil, the nature of the devil. And the light is of God, and only the light can get rid of the darkness. No drugs can do that. What do you think about that?
I agree with that.
But it seems to be so prevalent now. I mean, let me go to Ricky, our first-time caller. Oh, and Derek gave me about the stabbing. I said, watch out for the stabs. We get stabbed all day by the devil. And Derek, my producer, gave me a soundbite on the stabbing. That when I say look out for the stabbing, I'm talking about the thoughts and the pain. All day long, you get stabs from thought we bring on pain, and you don't realize it's all happening because you're unconscious. You're not aware of what's going on. You think it's you. And so Derek gave me an example of physical stabbing. But it really started in the mind first. The physical action started with thoughts first, and then feelings, and then you carry it out. But if you can catch the first thought, you will never get the feelings of the devil, and you will not act out. You will not do it. But you don't catch it before you got to start catching before you feel it. Catch the first thought. And if you don't look out for the stabs, the thoughts, and the feeling, here's an example of what would happen from WIS 10. 2 people were arrested as an alleged assault on a Myrtle Beach officer this past, on Sunday night. Watch this from X and WMBF News. Where y'all parents at?
Oh, Lord! Two people, including a teen, now face charges for assaulting a Myrtle Beach police officer. It's the attack captured on cell phone video that has since gone viral. Police say 20-year-old Titasia Durant repeatedly punched an officer in the head Sunday at Withers Alley near the Skywheel. It happened as they tried to detain someone and clear a crowd. As officers took Durant into custody, a teen allegedly punched another officer in the back. Durant has since bonded out of jail.
She bonded out of jail. But psychedelic drugs, nothing gonna stop that but love. You got to return to love, return to the Father. Those are spiritual actions that are happening, and they are evil and they are dark. And those spirits are driving those people to do that kind of stuff. If you notice, black young people are out, not all, of course, not all, but out of control. They have no love. Their fathers were not there to protect them from the mother, and they have no love. And then the world tells them it's okay to go do it. You're black, you can get away with it. Call it racist, or call it police brutality, the work of the devil. Calling those things be not as though they're true. That's the work of the devil. Those are spiritual issues, folks, driving all human beings who are possessed with evil until they overcome it. You're not in control of anything. Let me go to Ricky, a first-time caller out of Pennsylvania. Ricky, you are on the air.
My man, Jesse.
Hey, Ricky.
How's it going, Jesse?
All is well.
My man. I had two questions for you.
Okay.
First question is, what are your thoughts on the book of Enoch and why it's not in our Bible?
Oh, I have no thought on it at all.
Did you ever read it?
No.
But Enoch is in our Bible.
And I've never read it.
God
Have you
took
read
Enoch
it?
to heaven. No, because
And why you haven't read it?
Because the last person I asked about the book of Enoch told me that it was excluded because Enoch claims to be the true Messiah, which I know he is not. Jesus is.
Yeah.
So that's why I never got into it, but I didn't know how true that was, and I didn't want to read it. I wanted to see if somebody that actually knows the Bible and knows more than I do would read it. Why
haven't you read it to find out for yourself?
Because I have a hard time reading like long stuff. I mean,
Are you black?
I've never. No, I'm white and slow.
And, that's right. So you have a hard time reading. I do too, man. I have to it's boring to read long stuff, so I have to read a little bit at a time.
Yep, that's the same with me.
Amazing. You read it before, Hey?
No, I never read it. I've heard of Enoch, who's mentioned in the Bible, but the book of Enoch, or one Enoch, or first Enoch, is an ancient apocalyptic text that's not included in the Catholic nor Protestant biblical canons, but it is in the Ethiopian Orthodox Tawahedo Church and the Eritrean Orthodox Tawahedo Church.
Is that a black church?
Sounds sort of black or North African. Or both, yes.
It's North African black.
As well as in the Beta Israel Ethiopian Jewish community.
No, Ricky, I have not read it, buddy.
Oh, all right. And then another question is, do you think that Lucifer is a beta male?
He's very weak and very beta.
Yeah, my man, I agree with you.
He is beta.
Yeah. You need to run for president, Jesse. You got my vote.
Thank you. I'll let you know if it comes to pass.
My man, yeah, you definitely got mine.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it, man. Stay with us, stay with us, stay with it, all right?
Yes, you too, sir.
All right, buddy. 888-7753-773. No wonder religion is so messed up. There's so many religions. I'm hearing about all kinds of different religions now. And I'm like, what? That's why God is not not that's why God is not in religion, but God is not in religion. And that's why religious people are crazy. They're insane. There are so many different ones. JB is out of Pennsylvania. JB, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse, I got a question for you.
Okay.
In church, it was probably like a couple months ago, you said at the end of it, you was like, God wants you to have the nice house, the wife and children if you want, but just not before him. And then you said, I want to know, how does that correlate with not wanting nothing? Like, is there a way you can want and put God first and still have your wants met?
No, you not want for nothing. And when you don't want for anything, you will have it all. Meaning that when you're not wanted for anything, you and the Father are one. And so because things are put here for the children of God, and you and the Father are one, you're going to love him with all your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else or no one else, and love your enemy. And all will be yours. And when you get it, you won't worship it. You won't make it your God at all. You can take it and leave it. You'll have it, and when you don't have it, it's fine, because you will always be, you will never go without anything. But when you want for things like money or wife or children or house and this, when you want for it, the devil will give it to you, but you will be afraid of losing it, and it would never be enough, and all that kind of stuff. But when you don't want for it, a little bit isn't enough for you. Or if you're married and your wife want to leave, you just say, okay, bye, because you didn't want for that anyway. You didn't make it your God.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know how you want to, you need money to pay your rent, to buy food, and do all that, right?
Yeah.
And so you go out, get a job, you make the money. But you never worry about, or even take concern about, oh, I don't have enough money, or I don't have this, I don't have that, because you never, in all things, do it in moderation. So you're going to live a simple life, never overdoing anything, and you'll always be fine.
All right. I ain't gonna lie. When you in church, when you said, I think it was last church, no, the church before last, you was like, what did you say? When you get real love, you probably ain't gonna get married. And I noticed, I don't know what, well, I do know why, but I noticed that put fear in me. Like, I felt fear when you said that.
That is like, amazing. Can you hold for me?
Yeah, I can.
Let me take on top of the hour break, and I'll come back to you. Hold on. I really want to deal with that. Hate news is coming right now. 2 more hours to go. And when I come back, straight to your calls. Back in a moment. 2 more hours to go. Bible Thumper Thursday. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They're using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663.
All kinds of mess going on in this here old world. There's ICE funding. I guess it's getting funded. Maybe. The Senate passed something. I guess the House has to pass it, and then Trump has to sign it. Not sure. And there's toxin in the tap water, according to this Commie Nonsense Network. Don't believe it. or should you? A little Iran war update, midterm strategy, China virus vaccines. It's a mess. The Senate passed a budget plan to reopen the Department of Homeland Security, according to AP News, which includes ICE, I do believe. Trump's Navy secretary is leaving his job in the latest departure of a defense or Department of War leader. And it's easier for Americans now to get Canadian citizenship. Canadians they're trying to, what is that thing? Scalp our citizens. Good riddance. Also, there's pictures of Pope Leo's, that's the 14th, Africa trip. Nice. This is the end of hour one of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Bible Thumper Thursday, the 23rd of April, AD 2026. Hang tight, callers. JLP will be right back to your calls. We'll get to your super chats as well. We do see them. We appreciate them. It is hake news, not fake news. Ground News is reporting that Senate Republicans advanced a $70 billion, with a B, ICE and Border Patrol funding plan. Isn't that nice? We'll see what happens. 53-member Republican majority bypassing the 60-vote threshold because of budget reconciliation, whatever that means, which only requires a simple majority. So I guess they didn't have to get rid of the whatever thing, that one thing, filibuster. But I think that may have to do more with the House. I don't know this stuff. Senate Majority Leader John Thune defending the plan, stating that the resolution funds critical functions. And Senate Democrat Leader Chuck Schumer claimed Republicans prioritized masked agents occupying our streets over lowering household costs. Well, when we get rid of the illegals, righteously sending them back to where they belong, then maybe the costs may go down, as well as getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. So Chuck Schumer doesn't know what he's talking about. The U.S. military says they seized another oil tanker associated with Iran, whereas Iran, the other day, I think they said that they seized 2 ships and tightened control of Hormuz. On Thursday, U.S. forces seized an oil tanker Majestic 10, or Majestic X, in the Indian Ocean. Defense Department releasing footage of troops boarding the vessel. The ship was sanctioned in 2024 for smuggling Iranian crude oil. Interesting, huh? On Wednesday, April 22nd, yesterday, Iran's Revolutionary Guard fired on and seized 3 commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, marking a significant escalation in the maritime tensions amid the ongoing U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports. Interesting. But Trump did indefinitely extend that ceasefire, on Tuesday, the day before that, to allow Iran to submit a unified proposal to end the conflict. So we'll see what happens with all this mess. Meanwhile, Israel is striking southern Lebanon. It killed a Lebanese journalist and wounded another. And they had an airstrike in Gaza that killed 5 Palestinians, according to the medics. And 2 Palestinians were killed during a settler attack in the West Bank village, according to officials. And I don't know what's going on over there, but some mess going on in the world. Am I right? Or am I right? And the Trump administration flew a 10-year-old back from Cuba amid custody fighting involving gender identity. You may have heard about this. Rose Inessa-Ethington and her partner, Blue Inessa-Ethington, if they are really hers or she's or whatever, arraigned in Richmond, Virginia. Interesting, huh? After on federal international parental kidnapping charges after allegedly taking a 10-year-old child to Cuba. Allegedly deceived the child's biological mother, claiming a 5-day camping trip to Canada March 28th, then flew to Cuba instead and ceased all communication with her. And this may have been the thing where they're trying to turn the kid transgender too or something, but I'm not sure. I'm James Hake, now back to JLP, Hour 2.
have to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. JESSE. Jesse. And my biblical question for this week, do you have humility? What is it? Do you have humility? What is it? Amazing. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're running around anywhere in the world, you just can't sit and watch the show because you got to go and do what you got to do. So you podcast, but you still can listen on your phone as it is happening by calling the listen line on TalkScreen Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It is Thursday. And though we take all calls, but Thursdays we have a little bit more time and we make time for Bible Thumper people. So Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Are you ready? I don't feel your face. Are you ready? Are you
Bible Thumper Thursday. I want to go back to Philadelphia, Philadelphia, I believe I forgot who I was talking to. JB from somewhere. Hey, where is JB calling from? Oh, Pennsylvania. JB from Pennsylvania. JB, thank you for holding. Repeat your question and what you felt about it.
I was just saying, when you said about when you come into complete perfect love, you most likely won't get married. And I was just telling you how when you said that in church a couple weeks ago, I felt the fear that brought like fear upon me. And you was like, you said you wanted to deal with that.
Yes.
Before you went on break.
And why did you feel fear about that?
I really don't know. I don't know why the fear came up. Like why? I guess because I got like a want for it, I guess. But I'm kind of getting further away from that, like yearning for that. Yeah. But I think that's why. Like I still got a want for that. And I'm unsure about that. Like when you say you most like you won't, or I'm just unsure about that whole situation.
Right. Do you want to get married and have children? Prior to that experience, is that what you want?
Yeah. Like when I was like a little bit younger, I never really thought about that. But after I start listening to you, I don't know if the devil just brought that in me, like he brought that thought in my mind. But as I got a little bit older, I'm 27 now, and I think about it more. And yeah, I guess I could say I do.
Oh, okay. Well, the only reason you want that is because you've been told all your life you got to grow up, become a man, get a job, have a family, and that makes you a man. And so they lied to you about that. That doesn't make you a man. It doesn't make you good or bad. It just gives you more problem because you've been set up to want for that instead of just wanting for what is right, wanting to love the right, to love God with all your heart, soul, and might. And so now that you're working on yourself, when you heard me say that, when you have perfect love, you're not wanting for anything. That means you're not going to even want to get married, and you won't not want to. You just won't want it, and because you have love what's right with all your heart, soul, and might, the truth will add unto you what you're supposed to have in life. Because we don't even know what we want. We've been lied to about what we want. And everyone is doing the same thing over and over again, making the same mistake, suffering the same pain, because when people get married, all they do is fight. The husband and wife fight. The man is weak trying to please the wife, and the wife is angry trying to control the man all the time. The more he tries to please her, the worse he gets, the worse the situation gets, the marriage gets. But when you love what's right first, along with nobody else or nothing else, if God put into your life a woman to marry, it's going to be the perfect woman. And you will have a marriage that will last until death do you part without putting any effort at all to make it work. It will work naturally. And so you may end up getting a wife, but it'll be different because you put what's first, and that is to love God. And you're going to love your wife with the love that's in you from God. His love will work through you to love your wife. But if she decides one day she want to leave because you don't love her, you love God. If she want to leave, fine. And you won't miss it. You won't have a tear or anything. But the reason you felt the fear of that wasn't you feeling the fear. I mean, you felt the fear in your body, but it wasn't you. It was in the body, and you're not the fear, but that was Satan inside of you saying, oh, Lord, you may give up wanting that, and that means that false desire will have to leave your body, and Satan doesn't want to leave you. So that was the spirit of evil feeling that, reacting. It wasn't you at all. And I'm glad that you saw that, because it is a sign of being aware. And it's the light that lets you see the darkness like that.
Yep, like when you said, and I felt the fear, I when church was over, I didn't do anything. I just sat in it, like I just felt that fear, because I already knew it wasn't me feeling that.
Perfect. There is no you. And this I promise you. There is no you to ever fear fear. It's not happening to you. It's happening to the false you, the illusion you. There is no you to feel anything, but because we have been identified when we were traumatized as children, we lost our true identity, and we woke up with a false identity, thoughts, emotions, good or bad, thinking about the past or the future, worry, insecurity, all kind of stuff. That's not you. So right on, man. You stay present. Practice staying present.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate it. I've been watching you since I guess like about 7 years, since the Amber Rose interview, the first one you did.
Right.
And ever since then, I been working on myself. I forgave and do the silent prayer, and I really do just want to appreciate you I can see a total difference from the person I was and was becoming into like now. I really do appreciate it. I remember you used to say in your old videos, you can't really, a lot of things you say, I can't explain it in words. And I understand what you mean by that now. Like a lot of changes that happen, and you really can't explain it to other people like with words. It
Absolutely.
just happens.
And the reason you can't, and I just started lately to understand why you can't really explain the truth to people, because in the truth, there are no words. It's just knowing. And you know the truth without thinking about the truth. And so you can't find words. So when you try to explain to people what love and truth is, it's difficult because one for you is that you can't explain it. You have to be it. You have to live it. And then when you're using words to try to explain the truth to people, Satan is working on those people's mind about what that means. And they don't know that they're listening to the devil because the intellect always get in the way of knowing. It doesn't want you to know the truth. So that's one of the reasons you can't really explain it, because there are no words to love. There are no words to the truth. It just is. There's no thinking in it at all.
Yes, sir. I can't thank you enough, Jesse. I appreciate everything.
And you stay with it, and stay with it. And you, JB, have not seen it. It gets clearer and clearer and clearer. Your mind is being renewed from evil to good.
All right, I'll stay with it.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Thanks, JB.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Only a few going to find that. Really. Only a few. Most people will not. Not because they can't find it, it's because they don't want to. And most people are angry, insecure, resentful, judgmental, suicidal, lonely, depressed, all kind of other false identities they're taking on. Mentally ill. You hear a lot of talk about mental illness now. They're that way. They're jealous and strife and gossipy. They're that way because they want to be that way. And then when you try to help those people who don't want to change from that, they'll destroy you, or at least try. They'll hate you for trying to help them. It's like throwing a pearl to swines. They don't want that. That's what I tell people all the time. I was talking to a lady yesterday in counseling, and she lost her quote-unquote best friend for one reason, a couple of reasons, but one is that she tried to help her best friend with the truth. She tried to help her family members with the truth, and they hated her for it. They turned on her. You try to give to the children of evil, the children of darkness, the children of the devil. Think about that. You're trying to give them light when they don't even want it. What's wrong with you? You're on the ego trip where you got to run and tell it. Christ said, tell no one. And you run and tell it, and then they hurt you, and now you're like, why they don't like me? I tried to help them. I was just telling them the truth. That's your fault, because you had no business trying to tell anyone the truth. When the people want the truth, they'll find you. And then you can point them to the truth. Leave people alone. Let them suffer. Lay your weapon down. Stop fighting with them about anything. Get off the battlefield. There was I saw this report on the news, local news, one of the channels there. They, I guess some scientists, Department of, what do you call those people that go after the illegal aliens now and the people that don't like them? ICE people, I guess.
ICE?
Yeah, ICE or DHS or something. They were speaking at UCLA, University of California, last night or sometime this weekend or something. And the stupid student went in there and protested people. Instead of just leaving them alone, let them do what they want, their ego, their evil nature told them to go into these people meetings and hold up picket signs and carry on and then get up and walk out. That's just all evil. That's ego. You don't need to fight with people. There's nothing to fight for. If you want to win, you got to stop fighting. That's like, if you want to win, get off the world's battlefield. Get off it. The so-called right side and the so-called left side are both wrong. Two devils fighting. You found that, Nick?
Yeah, Daily Bruin demonstrators protest UCLA event hosting DHS General Counsel James Percival. Sounds like 2 days ago. Sounds like what you're talking about.
Yeah, and these are younger generation. They're doing exactly what the older generation have done, and nobody wins. And every ego think that they're winning, and they're not. There is nothing to fight for, and there is nothing to win. There's something to lose. If you want to gain, you lose a life to get a life. You lose that illusionary life, that ego life, and then you would gain life. But you got to get off the battlefield. You can't even fight with the devil in your own mind. You just have to see him and resist it by just watching it. And the Spirit of Truth will fight for you. Let me go to Ardene out of Colorado. Ardene, you are on the air.
Hi, how you doing today?
All is well, Ardene.
Oh, good. I was going to mention, you mentioned two things in people you're talking to earlier today. One about Enoch, the book of Enoch. I do audiobooks because my eyesight is going, but I've been reading that. It's a real long book. But Enoch, basically, I have not heard where he compares himself to Jesus or acts like a Jesus. I know that God brought him up to the heavens in a gold chalice, basically gold chalice, that's what they say. And he sits alongside of God. And he was I think he's related lineage-wise to Noah's Ark. I think he was a grandfather of Noah. He's part of the Watchers group of people, the ones that are like 8 feet tall. They live hundreds of years, or not hundreds. Well, yeah, hundreds of years, yeah. How long did Noah live? Do you remember how long Noah lived?
No. You?
Oh, he lived a while, too. I'm not sure. I forget. I'm not sure how long he lived on the face of the earth, Noah.
Okay.
But I think he lived. Enoch was related to
Let me
Noah.
ask you this because of time. Why is all that important to you?
It's a book. It's a lost book of the Bible.
Oh,
the book, the Ethiopian Bible. Ethiopian Bible has 81 books in it. The King James Bible basically has about 61 books in it. And Ethiopian Bible.
But too much reading make the soul weary. Why are you doing all that reading?
Listen to me. Listen
Why
to
are
me.
you doing all that?
Thing.
Why are you doing all that reading?
Reading's very important to the mind. God gave us a mind to expand our mind to make it better.
That's not true.
God gave us a mind to use it. Yes, he did. Why did he give us a mind then?
He didn't.
Why did he give us a mind?
If he had done
Why did he give us a mind?
Hold on. If he had done that, why would he tell you that too much reading makes the soul weary?
Why did he give us a mind?
One more time. If all this reading is good for you, why did he say too much reading makes the soul weary?
Where did God say too much reading makes the
888-7753-773. Let me go to David out of Arizona. I'll let her go. I don't feel like arguing with the devil. What the? David. Hey, David, you are on the air.
Can you hear me, Jesse?
Hold on, David. It sounds like a whole bunch of noise and stuff. I'll let Derek help you, and he'll let me know when you're ready again. I want to play you something, a soundbite here. And this is a perfect example of when you listen to the woman, you suffers. When you listen to Eve, every time Adam listened to Eve, he suffers. Oh, okay. Let me take David first. He's ready now. He's on a lunch break, so I want to get to him while he has time. David, let's try it again. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, Jesse. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, happy Bible Thursday. I just got a question. So in First John, it says, "Nobody that knows God keeps on sinning, and that sin is lawlessness." My question is, what exactly is sin, and how do I live by that verse? Because sometimes I feel like I isolate myself too much, and on the weekends, my friends invite me to go out. I just don't want to go out no more because I feel like eventually, if I go out, sin is always going to be there. So how do I live by that?
You by stop playing God. Never be angry again. Never judge. And when you overcome the spirit of anger, resentment, then you're not judging, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And when you're a perfect love, your old nature, this stuff would be taken away from you, which is the nature of the devil. Human nature, the nature of human beings is that of evil. It's not them, but it's it's Satan's nature. And when you forgive and return to love, meaning return to God, the old ways will be taken away as well. And so if you do go out with your friends or anything, it would be like when Christ went to the wedding. He had a whole bunch of fun. He enjoyed, he did what, but he wasn't corrupt by the world anymore because now he's of love. And so perfect love casts out everything. So when you are of love, if you do go out, you'll be fine. If you don't, you'll be fine. You can take it or leave it. But either way, because you'll be whole, you'll be one person and not divided, you can't be corrupt by the party or anything.
Yeah.
You will be able to go out and have fun, but you'll still go home free from all that.
Right. Right. So basically, sin is don't play God and stop judging. When you say don't play God, instead of not judging, what else do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Meaning that you stay present, meaning that don't be in your head thinking about the past or the future or what you want or don't want or anything. You just stay present, one mind with God, and then all is well.
Right. And do you believe that it's actually possible for someone to be completely free from sin while they're alive?
Because the sin is playing God.
Yeah.
The sin is when you judge yourself and others. So yes, I promise you, you will get, when you forgive and you practice staying present, you will be free of all sin. And you will not do all those things that you used to do because you will no longer have that mindset. You have a clear mind, and you will no longer have the nature of Satan in your body.
Right. Right. And just one last question.
The sin is judgment, playing God. That's why God says salvation is of the heart, so that when you forgive, then your heart is renewed. You return to the Father, and now you are of love rather than being of hate.
Right. Right. So my last question too is also I am Catholic. What do you believe about telling a Catholic priest your sins? Confession is I feel just by listening to you more, I feel I no longer see a Catholic priest. I just see just another man now.
Yeah.
I feel that's just wasting my time. What do you think about that?
I totally agree.
Telling a Catholic.
It's the people of the Catholic religion. They wish of a man called the Pope, And that man is just a man. And the Pope had no idea what he's talking about at all. It's just another religion with a different name.
Yeah.
You go to the Father and you'll be fine. The Father
So
within
just
you.
confess my sins to the Father, like in prayer, or
Yeah, when you and this I promise you, Dave, when you forgive your mother and your earthly father, God will forgive you, and then there will be no more sins to confess, because you will be of love and not of hate.
right?
You
right.
won't ever judge anyone, no matter what people do or say or try to tempt you to judge them. You will resist the devil because you will have understanding. When you're confessing
Right.
your sin, you realize, you know what? I am angry. I am resentful. I am wrong. And then you go and forgive. That's what confessing your sin means, is that you are wrong for being angry, resentful, and all that stuff.
Right. No, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Because it's in
Hey,
the
thanks so
heart.
much.
It's about the love.
Right. Right. That's right.
And so all those thoughts and things you get, just keep letting them go. Be aware, but let them pass.
Yeah, that's right, Jesse. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. You stay with it, David. Stay with it. Stay with it. No matter what other people say, just wish them well. They're blind. They can't see. Forgive them.
Yes. Hey, Jesse, last question. I called on the show a lot, and I always watch your Fallen State interviews. I have a question regarding your church. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I do want to take a trip down there to LA to go to one of your services. How do you go there? Is it like a ticket based, or is it just you walk in?
You just walk in. You're welcome. All people welcome. No tickets, no paying, no nothing. Just come. If you want to make sure I'm going to be there, you can call like before you get on the road to make sure I'm going to be there that Sunday, but absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to try to take a trip out there one day, one of
Okay.
these days. Hopefully when summer comes.
Absolutely. You're welcome. All are welcome to the Sunday morning fellowship.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right, David. Stay with it.
Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. 888-77 Jesse. Super. Super chat.
Super chats.
Nico bought a coffee. Is it better to vote for a Democrat male or a Republican female? Lord.
What?
Is it better to vote for a Democrat male, man, or a Republican woman, female?
I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. Either make it clear in your super chat or you can call me. 888-77 Jesse. Not back in a moment, but thank you.
Thank you, Nico. Answers to the biblical question on Facebook.
Do you have humility? What is it?
Christopher V says, patience to treat others without judgment as you would yourself without any expectations or feeling prideful about it. And he doesn't say whether he has it or not.
Oh, well, the question is, do you have humility? Yes or no? And then what is it? Amazing. Thank you.
BJ says it's humility. Humility is having no esteem of the self. It's not having the ego.
And they're not saying if they have
Also doesn't answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Lindsay S., welcome JLP show member on YouTube. Very nice.
Thank you. Amazing. Appreciate that.
And Heat, Morning Half Breed, Tucker publicly apologized for endorsing Trump as president, claiming he cannot live with his conscience while on the verge of tears. What a simp. Barf emoji. Does that mean he thinks Kamala would have been the better presidential choice? Hard to witness conservatives advertising for the Communist Democrat Party. By the way, there's a horrible commercial circulating on YouTube placed on conservative channels with conservative voices bashing Trump. Any of you seen it? Can't stomach much more. Sickly emoji.
Amazing. Thank you. Keep it piffy. Keep it piffy. Thank you.
And now we'll have to read the rest later.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Break
guys.
already? Let me take a quick break. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Amazing. Oh, that's so much better. 888-7753-773. 888-77-Jesse. Thank you, Nick. Oh, amazing. A couple announcement. The sale is happening. April is going by fast. And right now we have a spring sale on all of our merch except for coffee and the books. 30% off on merch. Isn't that amazing? The t-shirts, the mugs, the tote bags, the everything. Amazing stuff, folks. And you have until April to get 30% off. And so when you go shopping there, remember to put in the code JLP30. That way you make sure you get it. If you don't put the code in, you're not going to get the discount, the sale price. So put the code JLP30 at the checkout. Go to jesseleepeterson.shop, jesseleepeterson.shop, or rebuildingtheman.com/stores. Rebuildingtheman.com/store. And I forgot to mention to you, like the videos. Hit like on the videos there. And also, support us. Make donations to support the work. And some of you are, and I appreciate it. You are like, you know what, Jesse, you help me, you help my family, I'm going to help you. And you're making donations, and I do appreciate it. We still, we updating the equipment here and all kind of stuff. Go to, you can mail it in by making a check or money order out to Bond, 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 and you can mail it to Bond, P.O. Box 35090, LA, California, 90035. That's Bond, P.O. Box 35090, LA, California, 90035. You can call Bond and make a donation. 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. You can go to the website, jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. Or, in so many, you can't say, well, I couldn't figure out how to do it. You can scan the QR code to support Bond. The QR code. Or jesseleepeterson.com. No, I'm sorry. JLPtalk.com. It's all over the place. And it is a 501c3. So you get it back at the end of the year. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I have this video coming up for you. Maybe in the next hour I'll do it, where it's such a perfect example of listening to Eve. It's not the only example, but this one is amazing talking about eating the apple. This is Eve at work like I've never seen it before. And I'll get to that in the top of the next hour, I believe, because of time. Let me go to Matthew, our first-time call out of Indiana. Matthew, you are on the air.
Good morning, Mr. Jesse.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for asking.
Nice.
Hey, I'd like to answer the biblical question if I could.
Do you have humility? What is it?
Well, what I think it is just as simple as the hardest three words to say in the English language, which is, I was wrong. If you can be humble enough to just say, I was wrong, that'll just set you in your place.
Amazing. So do you have humility?
Well, I've been listening to you for about 4 years, Jesse, and you've changed my entire life. I have humility, yes, sir.
Amazing. Well, I really appreciate that, and I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. But you stay with it, Matthew. Do not give up. Just stay on that straight and endure to the end.
I haven't missed one silent prayer in 4 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I look forward to it every morning and every evening.
I got goosebumps when you said that because I know what it is to practice staying present, meaning to do the silent prayer every morning, every night. And then you get to the point where all day long, you're going to find yourself present without even thinking about it. And if you do slip out of into a thought, you'll become aware of it right away, and you'll come back to you, knowing where you are and what you're doing at all times. That will happen. And eventually, there will be no more thinking, period, except practical thoughts.
Yeah, I've got it down to occasionally I get into the gaps between the thoughts.
Yes.
And to me, that's where the greatness is of the silent prayer. It's just where you just, there's nothing there. It's just the gap between the thoughts. But it's hard to find that. It took me a couple years before that really sunk in.
Right
on,
on,
I appreciate everything you do, Jesse. I love you, man. You're great. You saved my life.
Well, you stay with it, Matthew, and
I will.
Love you back, and stay with it, man.
All right, Jesse.
All right, buddy.
You have a good one, sir. Thank
too.
you.
All right. He is so right about that. This is why only a few will find it. Because most of the people don't want to endure that. It's easier to go to read the Bible. Nothing wrong with the Bible, but not if you try to remember it. And read the Bible, just quote what somebody else said, quote the scriptures, and accept Jesus and worship everything and everybody but God. That's easy. That doesn't take any work. It takes work to practice being present. It takes work to be still and know and commit to that, letting go. There ain't no work. You just quote the Bible. But super. Super chats.
And he bought another coffee. Says Nick Fuentes had a blue America First hat in place of the iconic red Make America Great Again hat. So now conservatives should vote blue as if that's America First.
Amazing. Thank you. Amazing.
And he wants me to stop calling him our future president. Zipped lip emoji.
Amazing. Thank you.
Jermaine, hey, Jesse, hey, Nick, Derek, Kurt, Bill. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Amazing.
Jermaine says the video of the black guy yesterday being stopped by the cop, he black, that was such a great opportunity for him to show humility, to be humbled so that he could decrease. But that false pride and ego would not let go. Amazing to see.
That is so true. And according to the story, the cop tried to stop the guy because he was suspicious that he may have a weapon on him. He gonna automatically turn on his camera and laugh at the cops and do all that instead of just following instructions. But based on the story, he loved thrills, and human nature is all about thrills. No matter how they get them, they would do anything for a thrill, and that's evil. Amazing. Thank you.
Gregatron bought a coffee. I really like how Bill does punchy TV. He's laid back, goofy, smart, and awkward. It's actually a good combination. Go ahead, Bill. Keep it up.
Right on. Check out Bill on Punchy TV. It is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Gregatron also says, with another coffee, everybody and they mama listening to the Great Black Hope Reverend Punchy Peterson's show for knowledge, facts, and truth today, brother. Except for baby Jessica's daddy.
Everybody's upset except baby Jessica's daddy. What the? Thank you.
Also on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Bree K, 5 coffees. Hey, Jesse, good morning to you and the crew. Wanted to ask when more copies of The Antidote will be available to purchase on the JLP store?
Soon, I hope. We're working on that. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder, too. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bree. Bert Cocaine with a K gifted the cookie on pilled.net. That's his name. It's not endorsing the drug.
Amazing. Thank you.
Aaron G asks, what is reality? What is reality?
The truth. The reality is always, always right here, right now, at all times. The truth is reality, and reality is always present. If you're not present, you're in an illusion. It's not real. It poses as reality, but it's not. Amazing. Thank you.
Walking Roscoe, happy Bible Thumper Thursday to Bond and the Snake Pit, as Jim with the good hair calls us. That's me. Sending an amazing to you all from across the pond in Germany. American flag emoji heard round the world.
By everybody and their mama if you're white, they mama if you're black. Amazing. Thank you.
Gel Bell 71, stay healthy and fit, Jesse. The world needs your wisdom. Live for hundreds of years like the people in the Bible. Much love, heart to you.
The Methuselah was 1,000.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'll live as long as Methuselah lived. Thank you. Thank you for wishing me well.
And thank you, guys. I do believe that's all for now.
Amazing. Thank you. I have a quick question. Hey, mentioned about living. You sent me a video yesterday of a guy saying that, and we'll play that tomorrow. A guy, I guess he was a doctor, I guess, according to the video.
Mm-hmm.
And he says something like, and you can explain it better, this man took some pills because I guess he was trying to commit suicide. Am I right?
Yeah. He had a bad breakup or something.
Oh, yeah, according to the story. Tell the story.
Okay, so this young man, according to this story, had a bad breakup with his girlfriend, and he took a whole bunch of, he decided to commit suicide, right? And he took a whole bunch of...
According to the story.
Yeah, according to this story. And he took a whole bunch of, he felt hopeless. He took all of his antidepressant pills and almost immediately regretted it. And he wanted to live, so he went to the ER, told the medical staff what happened. Then he collapses, his blood pressure dangerously low, heart racing, sweating, lethargic. But the twist is those pills were from a clinical trial for a new antidepressant that he had just started. He thought he was on the real medication because his mood got better after starting it, but he wasn't on the real thing. It was on the placebo. Medical staff told him that, and within minutes, everything normalized completely. His blood pressure stabilized, his heart rate. He became alert again. So his mind convinced his body that something was seriously wrong, and his body followed. This is the nocebo effect, when you expect something bad to happen, and your brain actually creates real physical symptoms. They see it all the time, doctors do. Situations where the brain's alarm system gets turned up too high, and that can make symptoms feel much more intense or persistent. So if your mind can push your body in that direction, after taking the fake thing, it can also help you, because he did improve after taking the placebo, which is fake pills that don't do anything, but your mind convinces you.
Now do you believe me when I tell you that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything? You have no idea yet, and some of you are starting to see it, how dangerous it is to listen to thoughts. Thoughts are evil. The intellect is not good. Look how evil, the more education you get, the worse you get. Look how the more you read the Bible, the worse you get. Any Bible. The more you read it and remember it, you get worse. You don't get better. Too much reading, too much studying, according to the Bible, too much studying makes your soul weary. You've been lied to. That's amazing. That was so deep.
I thought so too.
Amazing. Let me go to Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Rick, you are on the air.
Yes. What's going on, Jesse?
All is well, Rick.
Good to hear from you, man. How y'all doing, man?
All is well.
Yes, sir. Man, you know, the question I got when you be saying like just like when you read, no matter how you read the Bible, if it's not within you, it won't work. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that. It took me a while to catch on too. But what you're saying is, if you're angry, I don't care how much you read, you're not going to do what it says anyway.
Absolutely. What people don't know, because we all been lied to, is that you already know the truth. The truth is already in you, where it made flesh, right? And then we have the teacher. Right. We have the teacher in us, the Holy Spirit, and he would teach us all that. He would bring all that to our remembrance. But most human beings, all until they start to wake up, they trust the physical teacher, and they do not trust the teacher within them at all. They grieve the Holy Spirit by ignoring it, and they put most of their trust, all their trust, into some man or now female teaching them the Bible. And it's amazing to see that.
And you're right. You know, the more people read, the more what Paul was saying, knowledge puffs up, the more it makes you arrogant instead of you living the Bible. It makes you want to debate the Bible. You see what I mean?
I rest my case. Absolutely.
And that's what it does. And it took me a while to catch on to what you when you were saying. And what keeps that, most people are so angry, they couldn't hear from God. He thumped them in the eyeball. You know, it just gets that anger, man. I'm telling you,
yeah.
When you have anger in your heart, even though you may not walk around and flip tables over, but the opportunity comes, you're gonna get angry and you're gonna respond incorrectly.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. And another thing, you know, you get people.
All angry people fight, and they all think that they're right. And I used to do that too. I used to fight. And you take a side, now you're fighting the other side, and both sides are wrong. The religious side is wrong, and the non-religious side is wrong. The Republicans are wrong, and the Democrats are wrong. The conservatives are wrong, and the liberals are wrong. But they both, because they're separated from God, they both think that they're right. And that's why you got to get off the battlefield, because all people on the battlefield are losers. Nobody is winning, and they think they are, but they're not.
And you're right, too, Jesse. Here's another favorite one that I hear when people call in. Have you read the book of Enoch? Do you know there's lost books in the Bible? The racist Europeans took some books out of all that mess. Here, you know what I say to that, Jesse?
What?
I say, you're not following the 66 books we got now. So what difference does it make if you find the other ones?
That's a good point. Why you need more Bibles to read? You don't even understand the one you're reading.
66 we got now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trying to sound deep and stuff like they got a lot of knowledge. And just like how you called out with, have you read the book of Enoch? He's talking about the book of Enoch. He even read it himself.
Amazing.
And God says, All you have to do is love God, love yourself and your neighbor. That's the entire Bible, and we can't even get that right on our best day.
That's a very good point, man. They won't keep
You
it
know, and,
simple. They listen to the devil.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
That's
Amazing.
that's all the Ten Commandments is about. Just loving God, love your neighbor. And then the rest of the commandments will follow when you love people. Like you said, too, when you have anger in your heart, there's no way you can do God's will with anger in your heart.
That's for sure. That's the works of the devil. And you
Now,
are doing the
can I
works
ask-
of the devil when you're angry. Your father, even Christ said, your father is the devil.
It's the
Anyone that
devil.
has
You
anger
basically-
is evil.
And basically, you're on Satan's payroll.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick, thank
Can I
you,
ask you a
man. I
biblical question?
appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, thanks for taking my call. Just
Were
love
you
you, man.
about
You
to-
be blessed, brother.
Were you about to ask a
Can
question, you say?
I take a hit at the biblical question?
Do you have humility? What is it?
I believe humility is love, having love for your neighbor, and I believe I have it. Matter of fact, I could just about say I know I have it. I believe humility is loving your neighbor,
Okay.
putting your neighbor before you.
And you're saying, yes, you do have it?
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that, Rick. I want to respond, but I got to wait until Sunday.
Yeah, I know. I gotta try and catch the church service Sunday, and I enjoy the church service too, Jeff. And I really like you. You're the only one that does Bible study differently. I mean, you does it. People ask questions. That's how they did it in the biblical days.
Yes.
But most time you have a preacher preaching answers, but the way y'all ask questions, you learn more by everybody intermingling and asking different questions, and then you solve it. Then you answer the question. Then you answer it biblically.
That's
I like
real
that, Jeff.
fellowship,
Keep up the good
man.
work, brother.
Thank you, Rick. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Love y'all. Thanks, Jeff. Keep up the good work, brother.
All right, man. Thank you.
Love y'all. Be blessed. Talk to
You
y'all
too.
later. Bye-bye.
All right. 888-77. Jesse, we have fellowship every Sunday morning. Rick mentioned it, and some other people mentioned it too. Every Sunday morning at 11 a.m., start at 11. Doors open at 10:30. 11 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. Eastern time. And you can watch it live as well, no matter where you are in the world. You can be a part of it. All people. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. All right. Let me go back to the busy phones here. Let me go to Brady out of Arizona. Brady, you are on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Jesse.
Hey, Brady.
Several of your previous callers brought up the book of Enoch.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up anymore, Brady. I don't know where that's
No,
going.
it's very important. I
it's
think
not.
you need to do your whole Bible study class. And the reason why the book of Enoch is so important.
It's not
it gives
important,
the
Rick.
true-
Brady.
It gives the true history of man and what happened from the fallen ones.
I know, but Brady, if you've been reading all these books, but you don't even love your enemy.
You got to watch. You got to figure out who the Nephilim. You need to keep me over here because there's a big discussion.
But Brady, you read all these books, but you don't even love your enemy.
I don't read the books. I watch the.
But it's not doing you any good because you're not loving your enemy.
Oh, I'm understanding my enemy more.
No,
and I'm trying
you got to love your enemy, not understand your enemy, but to love your enemy. Thank you, Brady. I got to take a break. 888-77 Jesse. One more hour to go. Hate news is coming right now, not the fake news. And I'll be back in a moment.
That I identify with anymore.
Nice.
I'm 100% cured. I'm 100% better because I've been listening to the Jesse Lee Peterson show. And I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I just can't even, begin to tell you how much I really appreciate the things that you're doing for young men. Young men need to hear this, and young men need to know this message that you're delivering because it's important. It's vital to their lives, Jesse. I just wanted to let you know that, man.
That's amazing. I mean, you made my day, man. When I hear one soul has returned to the Father, it's like 1,000. It's better than silver and gold. So God bless you, man.
There's some serious mess going on in this whole wide world. Am I right? Or am I right? Some serious, all kinds of mess going on in this world. You know that Trump brought back that 10-year-old back from Cuba, and I mentioned that it may or may not have been related to gender-affirming medical care for children. That's what the FBI agents discovered notes regarding that, purportedly maybe from these two partners. And there was a $10,000 withdrawal from this so-called couple's home in Washington, D.C., the swamp itself. You know they're liberals. Fueling family concerns that the child was transported for surgery. Cuban authorities located the group April 16th, leading to the child's safe recovery, 10-year-old person, and reunification with the biological mother, who was granted exclusive custody by a Utah state court April 13th, although Utah courts are not to be trusted because they favor the mother usually and not the father. No say for the father if the father's not married to the mother. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so the child can be adopted away from both the mother and father at the mother's behest, with the father not even knowing about it or getting any say. But that's a separate issue, I guess. The FBI's use of government plane underscores aggressive federal intervention on custody disputes. Experts call the mission bizarre and highly unusual amid administration restrictions on gender-affirming care, so-called, which is a dirty, dirty euphemism for gender misidentity for minors. So, yeah, it was a bizarre situation, I think. That's the real bizarre thing. But anyway, a little bit other things. Houston changed an ordinance that was limiting cooperation with ICE after pressure from the governor. The governor is sort of conservative, and he wants the local authorities to cooperate with ICE, I would assume. You know, the governor is that guy with the wheelchair. Some people call him a rhino, but he is for a little bit of sanity on some level. And Customs and Border Protection agent he was charged with assault in connection with a Durango, Colorado protest. Not to be confused with Durango, Mexico. This is Durango, Colorado. I think it's pronounced Durango up here in America. And the New York Times says the FBI investigated a reporter after an article about FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend, as they should. You don't want leaks or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But the Obama administration was investigating reporters and journalists like crazy. Anyway, New York City Council member was arrested during an eviction protest. You know, these activists. I shake my head. Joe Rogan says Trump called him a liberal. Trump called me a liberal, he said, at the White House, according to this Ground News headline. And Mr. Beast, another competitor on YouTube, an employee of Mr. Beast, alleges that she was harassed for years. But she stayed anyway, and fired after maternity leave in a new lawsuit. What a mess, huh? Trump has extended his rigged election claims to the Virginia gerrymandering thing in favor of the Democrats. Without citing evidence, Trump posted on Truth Social, a rigged election took place last night in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. And he explained that on Truth Social. I disclaim, I even disavow it, just in case YouTube is in the banning mood or censoring mood, and also because I don't know myself. Whatever. I myself do not know the truth of the situation, but I do know the Democrats they love their shenanigans. Hakeem Jeffries was talking all big the other day, and he warned the Florida GOP that their new map will backfire. He said, blank around and find out, but he didn't say the whole full word. He said the letter F, around and find out. Talking all big and gross and vulgar in a press conference. He's in the Senate or something like that. I'm James Hake. Now back to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. Last hour.
have to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We are also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question, do you have humility? What is it? Do you have humility? What is it? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show, jesseleepeterson.com/show. And you can podcast if you just got to go work or whatever, walk or run or whatever you do, and you just don't have time to listen. You can podcast and listen on your phone while you're walking, jogging, or whatever, making breakfast, lunch, or dinner, by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131, 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It is Thursday, and every Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday.
The sign outside the New Era Baptist Church in Birmingham reads, "A black vote for Trump is mental illness."
I am the daughter of two pastors.
You will emerge from that as an atheist.
President Joe Biden is only the second Catholic president.
The Pope is like, if you don't... They call him the Holy Father. Ain't nothing holy about the Pope.
God, why? Why George, God?
Holy mackerel. I can't believe you people follow a man. I made him your God. And you shall have only one God if you want to be free. No other God. Your wife, your husband, your children, your friends, your house, your material things, your color, your male or female, your whatever other name, you LGBTQ, SMW, your STDs, you can have no other God. Any other thing or person you put before that become your enemy. And it will destroy you. A spiritual battle, Bible Thumper Thursday. Before I go back to the calls, there's a story in the Bible, in Genesis, where, long story short, and because of time, there was this order, a perfect order, a perfect law, a perfect love given to mankind by God. And that order, whether you like it or not, accept it or not, live by it or not, it's up to you, of God and Christ, Christ and man, man over woman, and woman over children. And so if you follow that order, your life would be amazing. But, and so God said to Adam, love your father. And Adam knew already to love his father more than his wife or anyone. And as long as Adam loved his father, and life is about turning you away from your father. Evil is about that. Life is about a return to the Father. A lot of people wonder, what is salvation? What is salvation? Salvation is about a return to the Father. Coming back home. A return home. A returning to the Father. And every human being on the planet, no matter what race of money or whatever, Jew or Gentile, must return to the Father if they want to have life, real life. If you want perfect peace, you got to return to the Father. You can tell yourself, oh no, my mother didn't do anything to me. My mother was good. My mother, you're lying. And you can lie and live in your lie and suffer, really. But all who are born of the woman must be born of the Father, men and women. You can read the Bible, you can read the Quran, you can read the Jewish Bible, whatever the Jewish Bible is. You can read the Mormon Bible, you can read Scientology Bible, you can read all the Bible. You can read that Bible there when they wish him Mary, whatever you do. It ain't going to do nothing for you, but it keeps you in darkness. It builds the intellect, but it doesn't make you free. It makes your soul weary. And so God said to Adam to love him, and he did. And then he gave Adam a wife because he was tired of making human beings from his hands, from the dust. And he wanted you to love him of your own choice, not because you were forced to love him. So he made the woman. And the woman came from the man, and the man came from God. And Adam said, and then God told Adam, this woman is of your bone. She's of your body. She's for you. Okay. So they got together. They had a nice time because the order was still there. God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children if they have children. And things were fine, perfect. They were having fun. They just had a life. And there was no evil in them. Think about that. No evil in them. Zero evil in Adam and Eve. And then one day, long story short, Eve went out on her own, and the man wasn't there, and the devil convinced her to love him. And don't listen to your husband. You love me. Don't listen to your husband. You can be a free woman. You can vote. You can be independent. You can throw your bra off. You can lift weights. You can do just what men do. And she's like, oh, okay. Long story short. And she believed him. And then Adam, she went back home, and Adam knew something had changed. His wife didn't seem the same. She was now angry and jealous. She wanted to be like him. She was saying, no, I'm not going to listen to you. You're not my boss. I'm not. What's going to happen if you're wrong? I'm not going to listen to you. And he was like, what happened? My wife has turned away from me. And now she had evil in her. Her nature became evil and competitive and jealous and revengeful and lonely and stressed. So now she got to go to work and just wanted to be the leader. No man going to lead me. I'm the leader. I'll lead the man. She's like, Adam, you're going to have to take my last name now. I'm not taking your name. He's like, what the? And then she said, well, even if I take your name, I'm going to leave my last name in the middle. My name would be Eve, Mary, Jo, Adam. Eve married your Adam now. I'm not, I am my own independent. And he's like, what the? Adam said, okay, go ahead. I'm not going to listen to you. But he did. She kept nagging him and complaining. She was like, you don't love me. You don't even listen to me. You don't hear my emotions. You don't care about how I feel. He like, but where are you getting all this from? I'm not going to, you up there listening to your daddy instead of listening to me. He like, but Eve, what are you talking about? She's like, you don't have to listen to him. Don't listen to your daddy. Listen to your mama, me, she said. And finally, it happened. Adam listened to the woman. And once, the moment he listened to mama, he could no longer listen to daddy. The moment he believed mama, his daddy became his enemy. He started hiding things from his daddy. He started not telling his daddy what the mama had done to him, because the mama, he became his loved one, which became his enemy, because you love what you hate. And he turned against his father. And then hell began on earth through mankind. She became his God. And now he could not live without her, and he could not live with her. All of a sudden, he's trying to please her. All of a sudden, he does listen to her whacking and nagging and bugging. And it drove him crazy. And then Adam hadn't gone home for a vacation in a while. And so God like, you know what? I haven't seen my son. Where is he? I haven't seen my son. Where's my son? So he went looking for him. He flew down to Florida. He went up to New York. He even visited California. And finally, in California, and at the time California was so beautiful, Adam was in the garden, in the weeds, with Eve. They were out there making babies. And so they didn't have any clothes on. And God got there, and he found him. He like, Adam, what have you done? Why are you hiding from me? I'm your daddy. You and I used to be tight. You used to love your father. Why are you hiding? What have you done? Adam said, well, I'm hiding because I'm naked. Naked? How do you know you're naked? What do you mean you're naked? You weren't naked before. What happened? Well, I listened to mama. I listened to that woman that you gave me. You listened to the woman? He's like, what the? How is it you listen to the woman and not your father? No wonder I haven't seen you in a long time. Well, he's like, well, you gave me this woman. He's like, well, I ain't give her to you so you can listen to her. I gave it to you so you can make some baby, Adam, so that I can produce children that way. That way I'll have to keep going, make them with my hands. And then the children will decide if they love me because they love you. And God like, all right, like a tough daddy does. He's like, okay, you listen to that woman. Now you got to sweat. You got to go to work, buddy. No more welfare. You got to go to work. And you got to work hard by the sweat of your brow. And then he told that woman, you know what? You just go ahead and let Satan be your daddy. And Adam made mama his God. And now, however many centuries and years later, The man is still listening to mama, and the man is still suffering. The woman is still listening to mama, her mama, and the woman is suffering because there's no love in mama. You make mama your God, and now you even say, I can't forgive mama. Mama may get mad. I may hurt mama's feelings. You sound like the serpent. And everybody is suffering until they finally say, you know what? You're right about mama. Mama God is Satan. It's not her, but it's the devil that made a home in her. And every time the men and the women, every time I listen to mama, it's just problems. I'm not going to hate her. I'm not going to listen anymore. I'm going to forgive her. But that only happened with a few who truly sees it. Because most people, men and women, don't want to see how evil their mama are. They want to listen. They want to blame it on daddy. Like Adam did with God. You gave her that woman to me. I did, but I ain't telling you to listen to her. You and I had a relationship. You loved me, your father, and all was well, Adam. And today, it's so bad now. However many years, he can have to tell us how many years ago since Adam listened to the woman. Now the woman is voting. The men are voting for the women, and the women are voting for the men. Women used to know, even when I was growing up, you don't listen to no woman. We don't want no woman newscaster. All you do is hear yak, 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 yak. A voice that made so loud and noisy and hurt the ears. It's like a fire truck going by. Women used to say that, we don't want no women newscaster and all that kind of mess. And now they got women preachers and everything. It's not from God, but it's from their father, the devil. You got women teaching Bible study classes and everything. And you're suffering. You're never going to have peace until you return to the Father. Until you return to the Father. Salvation is not about going down to the front of the church and accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior and believe he died on the cross. That ain't getting you nowhere but deeper into your ego. You must return to the Father. And now I want to show you Eve at work. It's just getting worse. I can't tell you the number of men and women who are suffering because they have female bosses. Or they listen to a female preacher or a female Bible study teacher or a female anything. The reality is human beings are suffering from it. And yet you push it as though it's good. You broke that order, and you didn't do it. It happened to you as a little kid when you listened to your mama and she got mad because you love your father. Mothers get angry when children are close to their fathers. In the same way, Eve was angry that Adam was closer to his father. You are not allowed to love your father. Evil will not happen. Let that happen, and it come through the mother. And it's not her, but it's the spirit of evil that made a home in her mind and emotions. And she pushed evil by saying, you need to be like mama. You need to be, it's hard on men when they're not emotional. And now the men are emotional. And they can't handle anything. You got to overcome mama. I want to give you a perfect example of Eve at work. And you listen to Eve. You listen to Eve in the Bible study classes, in the preaching pulpits, in the workplace, everywhere. At home. That rule, because you listen to the woman, is still applying, and you're suffering. Women make you move from New York to Florida. She got a job down in Florida, so you're going to leave your job in New York and move down there with her, and then you suffer. You tell her your problems. You tell Eve your problems. You tell her your problems to the devil. This is from Protestia, something like that. That's a website, I guess. Is that a website? But first I got this, how long this has been happening with Eve and Adam and Eve. Google AI says it's 6,000 to 12,000 years ago. But scientific estimate 100,000 to 200,000 years ago for the first Adam. So I just laid out the breakdown to you. What happened now, and it's only gotten worse. Americans used to know, the men and the women know not to listen to the woman. In America, they used to know that. And things were fine. And it's just getting worse. And if you notice, every time you listen to the woman in the schools now, principals are female, vice principal are female. Most teachers are female. Most educated people now are females. Working people are female now. Do you think heaven going to come back or more hell? Because you listen to the woman. Women will listen to women, men will listen to, and they both suffer. This is from Protestia, whatever it is. This is female by the name of Yvette Flunker. Even the name is messed up. Yvette Flunker. Yvette Flunder. Yvette, a senior pastor of a church in Oakland, California. And according to this report, says she's of the opinion that we need a third testament. I bet she is. We need a third testament because the Bible has become problematic. She referenced 2 verses. Slave, obey your masters as you do the Lord. And let the woman keep silent in the church. She don't like that. She want to rewrite that. Do you blame Eve for wanting to rewrite that? Eve doesn't want you to know evil is in her. She doesn't want you to love the Father. Watch this from X.
A very dangerous thing that I'm about to say now, but since I'm a bit dangerous, I'm of the opinion that we need a third testament because the Bible has become problematic. Slaves, obey your masters as you do the Lord. It's a text. Let the women keep silent in the churches, and if they have any questions, let them ask their husbands at home. And people will say, well, it's in the book. And I said, then we need to pour that page out. And they say, well, you can't do it. It's the word of God. I said, no, it's words about God. Come on now. But is it the word of God? No, it is not the word of God.
She got her hair cut like a man. That's what Eve
did. A very dangerous thing.
That's what Eve did. She wanted to, the moment she believed the lie, she cut her hair off. And a woman's hair is a beauty. Eve was jealous of the man. She wanted to be like the man. So she cut her hair off. And she wanted to take the word away that obey. And women be quiet. Eve like, no. The serpent told me I could be a God. The serpent told me I don't have to listen to my husband anymore. Eve said that. The serpent told Eve, go tell your husband, don't be listening to his father. Listen to me. Tell him to listen to you, his wife, and he needs to listen to you. He needs to care about your emotions that you have now that you didn't have before. And Adam believed the woman. And now look at the situation. And they keep pushing that. Even Christian women pushing that. Even conservative women pushing that. The liberals are out of control with it. Now do you believe me when I say my country is gone? The world is gone because all around the world, they are not following that order. They're putting women over men. And there are men who support putting women over them and over other men. If you love God with all your heart, soul, and might, the slave will obey the master because he loved God and he's going to do right. He's going to do the right thing to do. But she thinking she doesn't want you to be right and do right. She doesn't want you to return to the Father. And then they wonder, what happened to men? Men are so weak. Men are so emotional. The mama did it. They listened to the mama. And the mama, and when the men were little children, subject to the mama, they were subject to the evil in her. She turned them away from the Father. That's why when you read the scriptures, salvation is about a return to the Father. When the Father look out and he sees his son, his daughter returning home to him, he like, wow, my son, my daughter, who was once lost, is now found. They are coming home. Let's kill a fatted calf. Let's have a party. One is returning home. But Daddy, I've been here all the time. Why you gotta have a party for Adam? Be quiet. You've been here all the time. You've not been lost. You haven't missed anything. We gotta help the lost, the one that's returning home to the Father. He didn't tell you to return home to Mama. He didn't tell you to return home to Mary. He didn't tell you to return home to your things, to your children, to your past, your future. A return to the Father. It's just that simple. (888) 773-773. Because you listen to the woman, you shall suffer, and you will never have eternal life until you stop listening and apologize. Forgive her because she couldn't help it. Mama couldn't help it. The spirit of Satan is in her. It's not her, but he made a home in her. And he caused her to hate your father. And he caused her, while the dad is at work or wherever he may be, or may not be, because some fathers don't even work now. He caused her to turn your son and your daughter away from the Father. Do what you want. You could be free or you can suffer. 888-77 Jesse. When I come back, your phone calls and super chats. The stretch off is now open on stretch off on pews.net. Back in a moment. all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. Okay, welcome back. If you want to be free, you got to overcome the spirit of Eve, which comes through your mama, and return to the spirit of the Father. It's so bad, folks, what these mothers are doing to the children. They'll take your money and your children and feel nothing but joy about it, a thrill. And then they find witnesses, or false witnesses, but witnesses to help justify taking the man from the children and the children from the fathers. It is evil, and it's getting bad. It's getting worse and worse. However many thousands of years, scientists estimate 100,000 to 200,000 years ago, when Eve turned Adam away from his father. I don't blame Eve for it because Adam was an adult. He wasn't a child. And he listened to the woman. Children have no other choice. They're subject to that evil of the mother. And there are mothers who are admitting now, you know what, you're right. My heart is wicked. And then they change. They return home to the Father. Can't you see them walking down that long road now on their way back home to the Father, crying with tears of joy, with hearts of love and not hate? And can't you see that old mean mama mad because the daughter left her and went back to the Father? She's like, what the? Until she admits she was wrong and forget her mother. So anyway, the hate report is coming up. The hake, H-A-K-E, report.com at the top of this hour from 9 to 11. And James Hake is on fire. The guy with the good hair. And then the only other person that has the energy that Donald Trump has, who's been given to him from God, is the anchor baby. Energy given to him by God. He's not flying in an airplane for nothing. He has so much energy, he can't help but fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I believe he's flying of pure natural energy every day. Well, Monday through Friday. Well, he even flies on the weekend working and doing what he does. Energy from God, the American anchor baby from 11 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, and on Friday right after the fallen state. All right, check out the merch. There's a sale going on there. 30% off. Put in JLP 30 at the checkout. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or rebuildingtheman.com/stores, rebuildingtheman.com/stores, or jesseleepeterson.shop. Let me go to first-time caller Christine out of Colorado. First-time caller Christine, you're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, it's Christine from Colorado.
Hey, Christine.
First time caller, long time listener.
Amazing.
Yes, totally amazing. You have helped me a lot in my life. Everything that you were just saying on air about the women and the mother and the preaching and the churches, all of that is absolutely true when you come back to the Father and you see.
Yeah.
And you can see. It really is true. And it's helped me through my marriage, with my kids, figuring out which church not to go to. I don't go to church anymore because of that. I did come from a church that had a woman pastor.
Wow.
And I thought it was okay when I first saw her because I was like, oh, man, she's like a woman of God and she's political and she's fighting for America. And the men, you know, this is great. But the more I would Bible study with them and fellowship and you know, and I did that through COVID to like about a year ago. And then I realized when I would Bible study separate from the lady pastor and her husband would come and pastor and Bible study with us in a different class, I could tell how like beta and feminine he was.
Yes.
And it was just incredible. It was really sad. It was. And then we'd have conversations because, you know, when you fellowship with these people and you Bible study for years, you build a relationship.
Yeah.
And I would, you know, ask the pastor, I can't even call him pastor anymore. I just call him by his name.
Yes.
Because it's just like, I just see everything that you say. You know, when we talked about the difference between women and men, and the spiritual order of God, like I brought that up to him one time because they read out of the Bible. And I'm like, are we reading the same Bible? And I could read it to them and they will just look at me like I have three heads or something. And I'm like, we're reading the same thing, right? So I would bring up the spiritual order because his wife is a pastor.
Amazing.
And he didn't even know the spiritual order. And like he flipped it around on me and told me I had daddy issues. And I'm like, no, I don't have daddy issues. I actually forgave my father. He was still alive. I was like, if anything, I had mommy issues because I was raised with my mom and she was very hateful. She poo-pooed my dad when I was growing up. And I was fortunate enough to build a relationship with my father. And I did get to ask him, where were you? Why didn't you protect us? Why was my mom saying that you were an awful person and you didn't want anything to do with us? And you're right. He told me, he was like, I never said any of that stuff. He's like, if I could have had you girls, I would have. But your mom was hell.
Yep.
I couldn't control her. She would get so angry to where it was like I would have to stop her to like from beating up the boys or laying hands on you girls. And then it just got to the point where we would physically fight. And I had to get out of there. He was like, I couldn't take you kids. And yeah. So I got to build a really good relationship, and I took care of him. He finally passed away before I moved here to Colorado about 10 years ago. But it really saved my heart. I realized like the anger that I had was from my mother.
Yeah. Because
I started doing things to my children and saying things that were done to me, and I had no idea where it was coming from. I'm like, why am I doing that? Why? I told myself I would never say the things that were said to me when I was a kid, or let alone the things that were done, you know, just abusive or neglect. And I saw that in myself. I was like, and it scared the crap out of me.
I bet. What the?
And you know what the funny thing is? My husband found you about 8 years ago online on the political platform. He found you on a political platform. And I was kind of going through like this reborn, like I started going to church and I came across this preacher who gave me a message. And I know it was from the Lord. I know it was the Holy Spirit because it changed my life. And my husband got me onto you on the platform. I think it was the Fallen State and your radio station. And then you would slip in there the the anger and the mother spirit and forgiveness has changed my life. Like, I went and I forgave my mother for all that anger, and that is so true. Once you do that and you truly, truly do it, there's this lifting off your soul and your spirit. And like, to yearn for the Father like that, he has guided me in so many ways. It's fixed my relationship to follow my husband.
Yes.
And that's a whole nother story, because my husband is like a man's man, and a lot of women like despise him. And when I talk to women about how I let my husband lead and I follow him, and he's never stirred me wrong.
Yeah.
Never. I would not be where I am at in Colorado, 45 years old, living a good life, if it weren't for my husband. And he doesn't go to church.
Right on.
He just does what's right. He knows what's right. He tries to treat people the way he wants to be treated. He's such a good leader, and we need more men like that. And I always tell people like that, and they get so upset. Like, women give me the evil eye.
They hate men.
Oh my gosh, they hate them so bad.
Let me ask, because of time, what did your mother say when you went and forgave her? How did
So
she react?
unfortunately, Jesse, my mom passed away when I was 10.
Oh, okay.
She left 6 of us to defend for ourselves, and she had 3 baby daddies.
Wow.
Yeah. So me and my sister had the same dad, but I forgave her in my heart.
Yes.
When I came to Christ and I sat at the feet of Jesus and I asked him, please, Lord, take away this anger. I don't want my kids to grow up the way I grew up, with the anger that my mother carried. It was awful.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to treat anybody like that, let alone say things to people that hurt my heart. And you're right. Forgiveness changes you, man. Forgiveness changes everything. And it does bring me back to your biblical question about humility.
Do you have humility? What is it?
Humility is forgiveness. It's peace and treating your neighbor as you want to be treated, and loving your neighbors like God loves us.
Well,
That's how I feel.
I put my little 2 cents on Sunday about that. But you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and you haven't seen anything yet. You're gonna the love that is, it sounds like it's already coming to you. It's gonna get greater as the light get brighter. You haven't seen anything, Christine. You stay with it.
Oh, Jesse, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been listening to you, and just recently, the past 2 years, I've really put in the work.
Right on.
Being present, not running with my imagination, but keeping my body with my mind.
Yeah.
That really, really helps. It helps me get through my day. It helps me get through those months those days during the month that us women just dread going through.
Yes.
And you're right. You can't hate those moments.
That's
you just
right.
have to live in the present, do what's at hand, and God will guide you, and your day will go much smoother.
Perfect.
Will Satan come up and try and trip you up? Oh, yes. But if you're observant and present, you'll trip Satan up, because you're not going to react to his foolishness.
I rest my case. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse. I love you. Keep on doing what you're doing, brother. You're amazing.
I will, and I love you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Amazing. Amazing. Let me go to Benny. Benny and the Jet. Benny, a first-time caller out of Illinois, out of Chicago. Benny, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse. This is Benny from Chicago.
Hey, Benny and the Jet.
Benny. Yes, sir.
Oh, you know that's all right. And finally.
I got to. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Benny.
My question to you, Jesse, a little context. Well, I'll just ask you, how do you build a career following the light? How do you establish a career following God after you release everything? How I'm recently unemployed. I've been doing the silent prayer. That morning I got fired. I in my silent prayer, I said, please, something needs to change. This job is for money, and I'm letting go of it. But now I'm unemployed. But I want to stay with it. I want to stay with the light. I want to stay present. I want to stay.
Why did you let
here
your
and
job
not,
go?
I got fired.
Oh, okay. Well, you build
Yeah.
a career by not building a career. Don't think of it as a career. You stay present, loving what's right, and being guided by the light, and then go get a job so you can keep food on your table, a roof over your head, and put gas in your car. And that will happen naturally. You will have a job. One thing will lead to another. You won't identify with the job. God gave you the ability to have a job because we're social beings, so we need to feed ourselves and take care of the body. But
right.
Just have a job. Don't think of it as a career. Just get a job so you can keep food on your table.
Okay, so just start small, right?
Yeah, keep it simple.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, but I wish you well.
All right, thanks, Jesse.
Okay. Just keep it. You got to get rid of these titles. The world set you up because I got to build a career. And so, like, if you think of career and you have a job, you're going to think your job is not a career because it ain't what everybody else is doing. A job is a job is a job, and you have the mindset given to you by God to earn a living, and He will provide for you. Amazing, huh? Yes, Jesse, that is amazing. Let me go to first-time caller out of Iowa, Nolan. A first-time caller, Nolan. Nolan, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse, what's going on, man? I've been a fan for a super long time.
That's amazing. All is well.
Amazing. Well, Jesse, just a quick bit of background. I actually worked for President Trump all 2024. I was actually there in Butler, Pennsylvania when he got shot as well.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why
when you
people
say you work for him, are you like a part of the administration or you campaign for him? Or what do you mean by you work for him?
I suppose I campaigned for him. I
Okay.
initially started out going door to door, but then I ended up being in charge of the people who went door to door.
Okay.
But my question for you, Jesse, I'm having a lot of trouble still supporting him with everything going on. I mean, I believe you're a very intelligent guy, and, you know, I really do appreciate your wisdom, but with everything going on, especially the Epstein stuff, and it feels like he's going back on a lot of the promises he made to his base. And then another thing with the picture of Jesus he posted of himself after saying all of Iran will die, it's hard for me to understand, you know, how the intelligent people on our side still support him when there's a great deal of evidence to show that he's not the guy we thought he was.
Because of time, your question is what? How do you support him with what you just?
Well, I guess let me phrase it correctly. Like, when it comes to all those accusations and whatnot, how do you perceive them? How are you still able to
Let me ask this because of time, and I want to get some super chats in. Did he say that was a picture of Christ?
Well, no. He said it was a picture of a doctor, but I feel like...
Stay with me. Did he say it was a picture of Christ?
He did not.
Who told you it's a picture of Christ?
I wasn't told that. I believe, when I perceived the picture, that's what I saw.
And whose thoughts were those?
Those are mine.
And why you blame him for what you thought?
I suppose that's a fair point, but I feel like
what's the answer to that? Because of time, why do you blame him for what you were thinking?
I mean, I can't really give you an answer on that. That's a good question.
But why can't you give me an answer on that?
So that's a good point. But let me just one thing before you cut me off.
Why can't you give me an answer on those were your thought inside of you, and you blame him for what you were thinking. You accuse him for what you were thinking. Does that make sense? That you would do that?
It does, but I struggle to find a different interpretation of that photo.
I know, but those were
what
your
else would
thought,
it have
though.
been?
Did you see a picture of Christ, or you saw Trump face on there?
He was Trump.
And so why do you blame him for what you were thinking?
Well, what else could it be, Jesse?
Why did you interpret like that?
Because he was touching somebody's head in white robes with like angelic beings above him.
But why did you interpret like that? Why did you need
what
to
else
interpret?
am I supposed to interpret?
But why did you need to interpret at all?
What, should I just take it at face value?
Yes. Because he's not
at the least,
responsible.
it's pretty egotistical, right? At the very least, to be a
Let's
healer
stay
of
with
the
me
sick.
first. Hold on. He's not responsible for what you interpret. And then your interpretation wasn't from you anyway. Those thoughts came from evil. It said, look at Trump. He looked like God or Christ. And then you interpreted that because you thought those thoughts were yours. And that's what you have been taught all your life, what Christ looked like. You didn't even see Trump's face at first.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I'm not trying to argue. That's fair.
I know you're not. No, I know you're not. What's fair about that?
I'm saying what you're saying to me is fair. Like, I agree.
Why do you agree?
Because, like you said, I shouldn't be blaming him for my perception of what I've seen. But that was just a side note. I'm more worried about like the kids and stuff like that, man.
What
I mean,
kids?
They're adults now, but all the potential children that were trafficked and all that Epstein stuff.
And
like,
why are you
it's kind of
worried
just
about
being
that?
swept under the rug.
Why are you worried about that?
Because if it happened back then, who's to say it's not happening now?
And what good your worry gonna do? How will your worry stop that?
It won't.
So why are you worried?
Because I look at the world, Jesse, and it makes me sad.
And so is your sadness changing the world?
It's not.
So why are you worried about something that you have no control over?
I don't know. Because
why don't you get to know yourself? Why don't you see what's going on with you?
I'm working on it. I'm going through a lot, Jesse, right now. I'm obviously all over the place, but
but I understand. But I'm trying to point you back to self, so you can take your eyes off the world and let the world do what they're going to do. People, what's happening in the world is happening through people, and what's happening through people is what they want to happen. You can't do anything about that. Stop playing God. Why are you worried? Let people do what they want to do. God let them do what they want to do, and God is all powerful. If He wanted to stop it, He would. Why are you playing God? You can't even do anything about it.
You're right. I think my main thing is I supported him really hard, and
you should
I
still
busted
support
my ass
him.
for him. Man.
You have no reason not to support him now. You just listen to thoughts, and you listen to the evil in other people, and you're taking sides, so you're losing yourself, and you're becoming like the crowd.
I don't want to become like the crowd. I promise you, Jesse, I don't listen to bullshit like mainstream news or anything like that, man.
But you listen to the devil.
But I suppose, Jesse, but I mean, what if we are wrong, man? Like, what
you're
if,
wrong. You cannot be wrong when you stay in the light and you listen to God.
I understand.
And now you're turning on Trump. You worked for him. You did everything because of all this other man. Where's the friendship and the love in that? You're turning against the man you said you loved.
I know, but it's like his actions haven't been reflective of like the man I worked for.
But
like the man I spent
Trump
so much time working
doing
for.
exactly what he said he was going to do when he met him. He's doing it, but you're turning against him because you listen to the devil. But Nolan, call me tomorrow if we want to finish this. I want to just throw some super chats in. Can you call me back?
No, awesome. I would love to, and honestly, I need your guidance. I'm in a hell of a bad place, so I actually needed this. I'll call tomorrow, Jesse.
Okay, make sure you do it. I'll take your call as soon as you call in.
Thank you, brother.
All right, super chat.
Super chats.
David A., how about a new Zion for the Jews in America? American flag, Canada emojis.
Amazing. Thank you.
Nick LeBoy, the Book of Enoch is interested. It talks about Adam's wife Lilith. Before Eve made in sand like Adam, she refused to bow, seeing herself as equal, banished, and then Eve was born from man.
What?
Talking about Lilith, which is what some Jewish woman on the Fallen State talked to you about. Lilith was supposedly before Eve, the first lesbian, says Nick with another super chat on Rumble. LOL. To clarify, I don't dwell on this. It was just interesting. Putting God first and staying present is all that matters. Have a great day and God bless Jesse and
I
crew.
totally don't understand it, but thank you. I appreciate it because of time.
Peter 80, I saw a short clip from Jesse with Tommy Robinson. If it's not a secret, can you tell if there's any more to come?
I did a total hour interview with him, and it was on the Father's Day. It will be coming up soon. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Charles, Jesse, did I hear you ask Hake earlier, what is a skunk? You were as old as Israel and from Alabama and never heard of a skunk? You're taking the black and slow joke too far.
I have. I was just messing around, playing around. You're absolutely right.
It's trolling me.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I was what he called trolling. Amazing. Thank you.
But Walking Roscoe, I enjoyed the story of the creation, and when it was read using the UJBV, Uncle Jesse Bible version. Amazing.
Amazing. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Thank you.
Everblazer's been a member for 11 months. Biblical question answer.
Do you have humility? What is it?
The nature of not judging anyone. I used to have it, but lost it by growing up in this world and working on getting it back.
What this old world coming to, things that just ain't the same. Stay with it. Amazing. Thank you.
And I'll have to read Eric's coffees and Hannes' coffees and the rest of the super chats another day, y'all.
Thank you all.
No time for the rest.
Amazing. I'm out of time. Hake is coming up now, and stay with it, folks. Bye.
The views, information, thoughts, and opinions expressed during this show are the individual's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the JLP Network or Bond. Their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. The JLP Network and Bond name and all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service.
We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.